Hi, it's Haley with Ag in the Classroom, and today's lesson is called Hay, Hay, Hay. We're talking about hay and straw and how farmers provide that food for their livestock and just the differences and similarities between hay and straw and other kinds of animal feed. To kick off our lesson, I would like to just start with a story to introduce the topic. So, next up, you will hear my friend read the story to you, and then we'll discuss after we listen to the story.
Hey, 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 A Tale of Bales and the Machines That Make Them by Christy Mihaly, illustrated by Joe Cepeda. On a cold and wintry day, I love to break out bales of hay. The hay smells fresh, like the summer sun. I feed my horses one by one. Listen, and I'll tell the tale of storing summer in a bale. Every June, when grass turns green, our hayfield makes a pretty scene. When it's high enough, we mow. On cutting day, we're set to go. Mower blades slice through the grass, a new row falls with every pass. Stalks and stems are scattered round, the scents of new mown plants abound. Next we run the tedder through to fluff the grass and dry the dew. Underneath the sun's bright rays, we feel the heat of summer's blaze. Mom calls out, "Let's take a break," for switchel and a piece of cake. Hay must dry for several days beneath the summer sun's warm rays. Once it's had a chance to dry, we rake the windrows long and high. Baling time, I hear Mom shout. It's time to drive the baler out. Up and down the window trails, the baler rolls hay into bales. We gather up the bales and then we store them in our barn again. This year's crop is stashed away and ready for a winter's day. Mower, tedder, baler, hay. We're haying on a summer day. Hey, hey, hey.
I thought that story was just a good introduction for the process of growing hay and straw. So, we will now dive a little bit deeper into that and we are going to do a little activity. So, if you can divide within your class, divide in either two groups of pairs of two or groups of three, that will get us started. And I will pop the rest up here on the screen of what we're going to do. You will also need a pair of scissors and some tape or glue. What we are going to do with this activity is we are going to put the baling hay steps in order. So you should have your sheet with 6 different pictures of the process of growing hay, and you can cut all 6 of those pictures out. And then on the other sheet of paper here, you will put them in order. So the first thing I'll give you we can talk about the first one here. So of all these pictures, what do you think the first step is? I think one of those pictures has some seeds in it. So the first step would be to plant the seeds, right? So under number 1, you will glue or tape the picture of the seeds. And then you can do a brief description in full sentences under number 1. So, like the farmer plants the seeds by using a planter, digs up the dirt, drops the seeds in, covers it back up. We plant in the springtime. Even if it's not in complete sentences, you can just write some descriptive words about what's happening during that step. Tractor, planter, planting, springtime, warmer weather. Things like that just get us thinking about what is happening in each of these steps of baling hay. Then you will move on to the next step the second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step, and sixth step. And as you can see, the numbers go down the column and then start back up at 4. So don't go left, right, go down and then back to the top of the page and then down again. And don't forget to put your name on it. You can work with a partner, you can work with your small group to get this done and just kind of review what our story told us about the steps of baling hay, growing hay, and baling hay. So baling hay usually happens during the summertime when you guys are not in school. So I have a friend named Morgan who took some video a few summers ago of her family baling hay, and I am going to show that to you next. So it's going to be a real farm with real pieces of equipment baling real hay. And so she does a great job explaining the process and showing you differences and similarities between straw and hay. And if you have any questions that come from that video, please send them over to me after you have watched it.
Have grass in the winter. And so today we're here to talk to you a little bit about how we make hay and also the differences between hay and straw. So can you tell us a little bit about why do we feed cows hay and how do we begin the process of making hay?
They don't have grass in the winter because it doesn't grow in winter, so we make hay, and they need it that's what they eat. So we make hay all summer long, probably 3 or 4 cuttings. So this is the mower. This is a disc mower, and it works just like a lawnmower, like your parents might have. And it just mows it off and shoots it out the back.
Can you tell us a little bit what's different about this mower, particularly compared to a lawnmower?
Well, for one thing, lawnmowers probably got like 1 or 2 sets of blades. Like they don't have like these 2 or just 1. Where this has got 7 sets of blades that go across, and they turn like this. They spin around and they go the opposite way and they throw the grass out the back. Where like most lawnmowers shoot out the side. This shoots out the back and it kind of puts it in a row a little bit. So then you have rows behind that comes out the mower. After 3 days, it's starting to dry, so then we have a rake. It actually turns it over, so it takes the hay on the bottom, turns it over so that it'll dry the bottom. You flip it over. And it also puts it together, 2 rows together, so you can, it makes it go faster with round bales.
Square baler, but we oftentimes use round bales to feed our cows. A square bale, we were looking at the one we just showed you, that weighs about 50 pounds. A round bale is about 2,000 pounds. And so a square bale would go in a round bale about 40 times. So if we have 25 cows, they eat about a bale a day. We would have to give them 25 square bales a day to feed all of our cows. So it makes a little bit more sense to give them a round bale if we want to only feed them once a day.
Square bales is kind of more manual. So.
We wanted to show you the square baler because it is a little bit more manually done.
Basically the hay will be in the front here, coming through here, and it picks it up in here, and this is the same thing kind of like a round baler. A round baler would have the same kind of idea. So it picks it up and then it takes it in here and it pushes so much hay that way into like reeds, and then it pushes it out the back, and then you got the twine. The twine comes from here, it feeds around down through here. All this right here makes a knot. I mean, it's just amazing how it can be done. So.
Straw is often used for bedding, and we don't use it as a feed source for our cows, but a hog farmer might use it for bedding, or a dairy farm. We also use it in the winter when we have really cold days and we want to have some calves in the barn if the cows are calving. So it's a really good source for bedding, but we necessarily don't use it for feed. So over here you'll see, this is a hay bale. And so the hay is used for feed, and it is a fescue. We also use alfalfa. Alfalfa is just a little bit more rich. Now straw is barley or oats. We are up here with the round bales. So as we said earlier, a round bale is about 2,000 pounds, and we have this small square bale sitting right next to it. So you can see the size difference between the two, and a square bale is about 50. So if you want to come on, walk over this way with me, I'll show you this net. So you can see that the square bale does not have a net on it. Well, why might you say? Well, the square bale is a lot smaller, and so we just use twine to hold that square bale together. And so there's two, and that makes it really easy to pick up when we're tossing it to the cow. The round bale has a net, and so can you explain a little bit about this net and how is it holding this bale together?
The net is supposed to help. It's like makes a flat surface. More, it's like it goes all the way across. With twine, you wouldn't have as many. But the water, you can store it outside because the water is supposed to follow all these strings down instead of soaking into the hay. It's supposed to make the water shed off better, and so you can store these outside, and you won't get much waste on them. Where square bales, you can't throw them outside. The water will just go right into the bales. So you got to store these square bales inside, otherwise they'll just get ruined. But these, that's why they use that. It helps shed the water off, and it helps. And it just goes around. It just wraps around and doesn't even tie. So they do, like you said, they do make big square bales. So they basically look just like this, but exploded. So they have the same amount of hay as a big round bale does. But you can kind of see these bales were made probably a month and a half ago, and you can see where the outside has kind of gotten old looking, but the inside is still nice and fresh.
So that grass is very much fresh, and the cows are going to really like that.
Basically, just the outside gets real bad, but they'll eat the outside.
What is a ruminant animal? So a cow is a ruminant animal, but a pig is a monogastric. A pig is what we are. So they have a similar stomach to us, but a cow is different in the fact that they need to eat grass, and they are a ruminant. They have 4 chambers in their stomach when we have 1. It's pretty cool that we can get delicious steak and delicious hamburger from a cow eating just grass.
I just have one more quick activity and then we are done for the day. But I hope that this was a fun way for you to learn about hay and straw and about the food that our farmers grow that then they feed to our food. So they grow the hay for the livestock, and then the livestock eats it and provides us with healthy meats, pork, beef, and dairy products. So just kind of a fun activity. I hope that that was informative and got you sort of out into the farm with our fun video without having to leave your classroom. One last thing that we have is you need to stand up if it works for you and your teacher in your classroom, and we are going to do a quick dance party. There are some farmers that have made up a rap song that is informative and super fun, and they do a little bit of dancing in it. So if you want to get up and dance, but also keep your eyes on the screen because the lyrics are along the bottom and it does have some fun information scrolling along as the song is playing. Thank you so much for letting me join you, and I can't wait to see you guys in the classroom.
Fields all green, the time is here. Old man winter has disappeared. Watered with some springtime showers, up it grows, purple flowers.
We cut the plant, swathe it in rows. Smile as the odor goes in our nose. Admire our work, but we're not done. Gotta break a bale, but we need the sun.
Quick, check the weather, rain at 2. Storm is coming, dark clouds brew. Of course it rains, always happens. You wanna cry, but you end up laughing.
Nothing you can do about it. Oh well, how long will we stop? Time will tell. Hay just sits there soaking wet, but hey, at least there's a nice sunset. It's the net wrap. Hey. 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 It's the net wrap. Hey.
Wind is blowing, sun is shining, air is warm, hay is drying. Rake on the tractor looking fly. Windrows merge as it goes by.
This airs it out, helps it breathe. Check the moisture, feel the leaves. Turn to my bro, about time in it. Yep, he says, #send
We
it.
bale the rows up off the ground. Watch the dust and listen to the sound. A monitor beeps and says it's done. Starts to rap, I'm having fun.
Net wrap keeps the hay together, protects it from all the weather. The better the wrap, the better the bale. Keeps the hay from going stale.
It's the net wrap. Hey. 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 Round bale country in our field. The more the bales, the more the yield. Picking up bales, stacking them high. Put them on the trailer like a boss, no lie.
We'll take them home to feed our cattle. Putting up hay is always a battle. Thankful that the job is done, but already looking forward to the next one.
Not all net wraps are the same. Some are great, some are lame. We like the ones that do the job, hold the bales together, no problem.
When it comes to making hay, quality is the only way. Make sure what you use is right, or problems you will have to fight. That's a wrap.